In 2005, there were two things that happened for me that caused me to understand how important it was that we not just talk about this, that we get started in preparing, and the President felt the same way. We've come a long way since then. In November of 2005, the President mobilized the country to prepare for an influenza pandemic. He called for the deployment of a national plan and proposed a $7.1 billion response. Gratefully, Congress responded relatively quickly, and as Secretary, I was given the responsibility to finish the plan and to implement it. Let's talk first about vaccines. One of our highest priorities has been to enhance and to expand U.S.-based production capacity to the point that we could generate enough pandemic influenza vaccine for every American to have the required doses. That would be 600 million doses, and we wanted to be able to do it in 6 months. Another challenge was that we used traditional egg-based methods of manufacturing, and it was clear that with the number of chickens, there would in fact be a shortage, and not everyone would have what they need. We decided to take both those problems head on. We partnered with the private sector to develop cell-based methods of production, along with sophisticated adjuvants or dose-sparing technologies that would radically reduce the production constraints and would also dramatically lower the price. Today, we have invested over $1 billion. And with that investment, I'm happy to say, whereas before we had very few, we now have 6 companies that are in various stages of implementing commercial-scale production of cell-based methods or expanding capacity using conventional manufacturing methods with eggs. We're going to reach our goal. Partly as a result of these efforts, we've now procured 26 million doses of the H5N1 pre-pandemic influenza vaccine. Now, it's not a perfect match for what ultimately would be a pandemic influenza, but it would have an enormous value in being able to start the immunity process for those who might be involved in early responders or in the provision of medical care. We've reached our goal of stockpiling enough pandemic flu antivirals to cover 50 million people at the federal level. Meanwhile, we have state governments that have been taking advantage of our challenge to buy up to 31 million treatment courses of antiviral drugs. We, of course, provided a 25% subsidy that's helped them do that, and we've created a price contract that's allowed many of them to buy even more than the ones we were subsidizing. To date, the states have purchased 22 million treatment courses of Tamiflu and Valenza for pandemic stockpiles. Local preparedness has been, of course, a focus of our effort.
Will adjuvants or additives be used in some batches of this vaccine to make it more potent?
At this point, that is not anticipated. Now, if things change, if we don't find the immunities boosted enough by the dosage, if we somehow have a mutation of the vaccine, it's possible that adjuvants will be used to both boost the reaction, the body's reaction to the vaccine, and also to stretch the vaccine further. But right now, it's not anticipated that we will be using adjuvant in this seasonal flu vaccine.